I see. And what is your task? You're a bright boy, Doctor, but that I really can't reveal. Oh, are we still playing this game? You don't understand. It's part of my compact. I can't speak about its contents. If I do, yes, I won't be useful anymore. I will become dispensable. You know what happened to my predecessor when he became dispensable? He vanished. So I've heard. Istvan can be dangerous, Doctor. You should always remember that. Alright, I could ask you more, but I have a feeling you won't tell me anything new. You're stubborn, Slava, you know that? I'm the innkeeper in the city of secrets and lies. Speaking too much goes against my trade. This is like Orlais. I'm playing the game here. I also believe that if you remember anything important, you'll tell me without my asking. I may not know you well, but I can usually tell when people are lying to me. You've told me all that you could. Thank you for your understanding, Doctor. Please, love, call me Galen. Alright, thank you, Galen. Listen, there's one more thing I need to tell you before you go. I thought so. What is it, Slava? Here, take this. What is it? A book? Lev's diary, the most recent one. He put all his clues and hypotheses in it. He kept it hidden from me, but I've always known he had it. If you want to know why I'm so worried, it's because of this. He would never willingly leave it behind. It's his most precious possession. Frankly, it's his only possession. Yet he left it, and this has never happened before. Lev's memory is perfect when it comes to Kala. He gathered immense knowledge on the topic, even if most of it is myth and rumor. But when it comes to everyday life, he's a child, helpless and forgetful. Ah, interesting. The diary is protected. Yes, it's locked. I don't know where the key is. My guess is that Lev has it. No, I don't mean the physical lock, although having the key would certainly help. I just hope it'll help you find my husband before something terrible happens. I have the worst suspicions. Something bad is happening in this city. Spirits! Whoa, what happened to Constance? Did she just get punched in the face? That's random. Constance, what happened? Dr. Galen, I need your help. Oh my goodness. Things just escalated really fast. She fainted. Oh my goodness, things just escalated. At first I had no idea where I was. Oh, is this... At first I had no idea where I was. The doctor told me I spent the last 2 weeks in bed. Oh, this is the other character. Feverish and weak. He said I almost died. It took me a while, but eventually memories flooded my mind. Struggling with the blizzard, trying to traverse the city desert, the biting floral frost, and the warmth and sleepiness that followed. By some bizarre coincidence, I was found by the last sleigh caravan en route to the city. The fact that it was carrying a skilled healer bordered on the impossible. But what matters is that I survived and reached my destination. When I was finally strong enough to get out of bed, I learned 2 things. First, the doctor was very inquisitive, and second, he was very busy. It seemed that despite the dead season, the city teemed with schemers, and since I had a few secrets of my own, I had to be cautious. Ooh, do we get to control... Yeah, oh my. Where am I? A simple bed? A desk? Some wooden panels? If this was the afterlife, I'd be very disappointed. I guess this means I managed to reach the city. I thought I was a goner. Merciful chances, this hurts. Frostbite? The next time the Chancellor asks me to reach a destination, no matter the cost, I'll have a different answer for her. I'd like to see her move her tush through a frozen wasteland. If she were missing a piece or two by the end, it would be an improvement. But as long as I'm here, I should get to work. Oddly enough, this place doesn't look as if it's in dire need. But I guess if it did, it would be too late. Someone's coming. This is an opportunity to eavesdrop and see what's been happening. I need to know as much as possible. Though eavesdropping isn't the best first impression for the person who probably saved my life. Interesting. Oh, I like this. I didn't know you can control 2 characters. Interesting. Huh. I think I'll greet the doctor properly. Good morning. Are you the one I should be grateful towards? It's really cool. I mean, yeah, it's really cool having... This is a really neat, unique concept because you get to be able to see the points of view, the different points of view between the two characters. It's very much like Tales from the Borderlands for me, which I think is really awesome. You're finally awake. Yes, by all means, be grateful to me. Flowers and an old brew from wherever you're from will do. Funny you should say that. That's exactly what I chose to carry with me through that blizzard. So, you're the hero? Sometimes. I'm the doctor who treated you. Please, call me Galen. I'm dying to finally know the name of my patient. My name is Yani. How long was I out? Almost 2 weeks. Now that's no reason to look so sad. You're extremely lucky to be alive. Yes, thank you for that. It's not me you should be thanking, actually. Our caravan pilot spotted you when the snow was almost a day's journey from the gates. Wearing masking colors was not one of your best ideas. Although traversing a frozen desert on foot easily takes the cake. I was traveling with what was supposed to be the last caravan. About halfway there, the pilot concluded true winter came earlier than expected, and decided to turn back. And you stayed behind during a raging blizzard? So what brings you here anyway? A well-paying job repairing the city, if such a need arises. What do you do for the people here? What do you do for the people here I am supposed to do for the city? You traveled all this way to become a janitor? How curious. I prefer the term technician, if you don't mind. And sure, it might seem strange to risk one's life for a job. But can you imagine what happened if the city failed to function while it's cut off from the rest of the world by true winter? We all make fine interior decorations, but why would you imagine such a scenario? Do you have a reason to believe the city's in danger? Oh no, at least I hope it isn't. I simply wanted to show you how important a janitor's job can be. Same with doctors, really. You don't need them most of the time, but you'll surely agree it's good to have one around when you break a leg. Good point. I guess the imaginary worst-case scenario really is important. I guess both your job and mine are important enough to include us in the city's winter skeleton crew. There's not much to do here. We'll have many long evenings to chat about every... Hey, don't touch that! I'm sorry. I'm really thirsty, and this tea smells so nice, I thought... The herbs I healed you with can make your mouth a bit dry. Just drink plenty of water, and please don't touch these vials. They're dangerous. In untrained hands, these herbs and their juices can do more harm than good. I'm beginning to suspect tempting fate is your hobby. And what would you think about a doctor who can't keep his quarters clear of deadly traps? You haven't told me much about yourself, so I have to go off of what I can observe. Right now, the only thing I'm certain of is the state of your frostbite. It's fine, by the way. I have to say I'm impressed. You seem to have recuperated completely. I'm happy to say my work here is done. I'm glad to hear that, Doctor. I'm very eager to get back to normal life. You should check your head, though. An attempt to get to the city on foot is close to suicidal, even in the summer. Well, whatever made you try something so dangerous must have been very important. I would be lying if I said I'm not curious. Nice to know someone finds me interesting. You almost died to get here. If that's not interesting, I don't know what is. Dr. Galen, are you there? Oh, what the? Sounds like an emergency, Doctor. I'd best leave you with your patient. Oh, interesting. The doctor seemed nice enough, if a bit restless. He stormed out after one of his patients asked him to look for her drunk husband or something, leaving me to myself. At first, I wanted to wait for him to come back, but as hours passed, I realized this wasn't the most productive way to spend my time. I like the theme song. I was feeling surprisingly well, so I decided to stretch my legs and visit the fabled merchant district, especially since there was someone I needed to meet if I was to continue with my mission. Ooh. Does she have her own clues? Oh, she has her own set of clues. Oh. The water in the bathhouse is unusual and said to cause visions. Constance may be sick. She entered the inn looking very ill and collapsed. So apparently they're sharing notes. All citizens have signed a compact with the Almighty Bank, officially making them slaves. I like how the new items are in blue, just so that it's easier to see them. Slava and Lev signed their compacts with Istvan. Nobody knows what their deals were. Okay. I've always wanted to see the work of the old masters. The way this city functions is supposed to be a miracle. State-of-the-art system built with knowledge now almost forgotten. I expected it to look differently, to be honest. More regal. Oh, good morning. If you say so. Can I help you? Are you lost? I'm looking for the person in charge, the current head of the families. I've heard this year he stayed for the whole true winter. You heard wrong. Istvan is the one who stayed, but he resigned from his post already, officially. He's just a retired old woman with a bad attitude. Are you sure? They wouldn't leave the city without a designated overseer. Well, he's the only person of the families present, and it's not like he can't take his seat back. I guess that makes him the overseer. Walls have ears here, and they all report to Istvan. Sounds like the person I need to see. My, you have a lot of guards here. Why would anyone need so many when there's so few citizens left? Family members prefer situations where they have huge advantages over others. A large number of guards and only a few of us. That's how Istvan likes it. You don't have to worry about too much, though. They've been trained to stand to do nothing for hours. Unless, of course, you intend to do something stupid, like going to Istvan's quarters without permission. And where would I get such permission? From you, I presume? Oh no, I'm nobody. I just answer the door. You need a family member to invite you up there. Laura. Laura is clearly unhappy about her position as Istvan's assistant. So I need to speak to Istvan before I get to see Istvan. Is that what you're saying? I guess so. How should I approach this? Get Istvan here now. Are you alright? You seem so resigned. Are you alright? Of course I'm resigned. Everyone who deals with the families breaks sooner or later. Sounds like there's a sad story in there. If you want to talk, you know. No, silly, I don't. I'm trying to warn you. The family's greed is never sated. They'll use any means to gain influence and wealth. They exploit people's weaknesses. When that fails, they threaten people into submission. Since the family's word is law, there's nothing you can do. You speak of them as if they were ruthless demons. Yet the city prospers. Even the poorest houses are luxurious and well kept. As far as I know, there hasn't been a rebellion for hundreds of years. You would expect such evil to provoke opposition, or at least unrest. I've heard of none, so forgive me if I'm skeptical. Skeptical with the SC, I think that should be with an SK. Of course nobody resists, they're too afraid. Let me give you an example. One of the young masters found the trader's daughter to be uncooperative. He cut her nose off. He said she turned her nose up to the world too much. Then he broke her father's neck, so the family would stop holding their heads so high. The families thought nothing of it, and the man went unpunished. Those who spoke up and tried to help the trader got a private audience with the guards. That sounds awful and unlikely. Are you trying to scare me away with urban legends? I used to be like you. I believed in order and denied such atrocities. I had to learn the hard way how this world works. Don't make my mistake. You don't even know me. But fine, I'll bite. What was it that happened to you? Istvan, but I've said too much. I'll fetch him for you. That's my job after all. Just be careful when you speak to him. The architecture we construct will determine boundaries for common rituals and customs. The city in the north, built for the chivalrous founding families, is a great example. Its design strengthens the positive natural tendencies their culture exhibits. So much for coming armed with knowledge. Where's this annoying visitor? One would think the dead season would be, you know, dead. Ah, you're the sick one, aren't you? Not anymore. Our good doctor got me back on my feet. I came to see you right away. You can't imagine how flattered I am. I just adore people who think my time is theirs to waste. I love this character. But I didn't think. That's the problem with you young people. You don't think. Next time, leave your request with Laura and wait for my formal reply. Understood? I risked my life to help you. You're acting like a snowflake with a rash. I risked my life to help you. Hey, I risked my life to get here. Well, that wasn't very wise of you, was it? Look, I came here to help you. The city might be in trouble, and so might you. I was sent here with a task. Sent by whom? By the faculty, with an F apparently, capital F apparently. We've been monitoring the city, and it appears... Wait, if this is true, prove it to me. I might even give you some of my precious time. Tell me the password. Do we really need to go through this? Hurry up, will you? I don't have all day. You are acting like a snowflake with a rash. And the countersign? You act as if you had a rash somewhere I can't see. Satisfied? Your dean and I had to blast when we decided on it. Along with a bottle of something old, I'm sure. Please, can we focus on the problem now? A bigger problem than people not respecting my time? This should be good. Speak up, child! You know, we monitor the city systems. Recently, we detected a disturbance, a malfunction of sorts in the first technical barrier of the city. You need to inform me with the details. Is that all? Some small maintenance work? Is that all? This place was designed by faculty masters with knowledge and skill many would mistake for magic. It was strengthened by people of faith and their protective rituals. This place does not simply malfunction. It hasn't done so for centuries, and it never should. Malfunction seems to cause you distress. Not a quality I would expect in a repair woman. This particular one is simply too unlikely. Moreover, when the faculty sent a colleague to examine it, he vanished. You mean Sarn? He claimed he came for a regular checkup. He was investigating a possible sabotage. The more knowledge one has about the city systems, the more probable their involvement. He wouldn't warn a suspect. Yet you are spilling your guts out to me. Are you a bad investigator, or have you excluded me from the list of possible saboteurs? All my possessions were lost in the blizzard. My tools, my money, and most of my maps and blueprints. If I'm to accomplish anything, I need your help. But let's get this straight. Let's set this straight. Do you still suspect me? I have to suspect you. I'm gonna be nice to him for the time being. No need to worry. You don't need to worry. I know you've invested a lot in this city. I'll take that into consideration before I do anything rash. My, you're weak. You fold after but a question. Fix the city and be gone. Let bad people make their fortunes and good people learn their lessons. Nothing is threatening us but your imagination. Your predecessor, Sarn, didn't find anything unusual. I saw him pack up and leave, as others will no doubt confirm. At least that's what I told him. I told him I wasn't going to suspect him, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't still suspect him. Are you sure? He was last seen here. No one so much as caught a glimpse of him in camp or town on the way back. Now I've heard another person went missing. Someone named Lev. Where is he supposed to be during the dead season? Now, Lev is an entirely different case. He has a history of vanishing mysteriously. Again, ask around. 2 people missing and a perfect mechanism malfunctioning. A coincidence like this is possible, but not probable. At the very least, it would be unwise not to look into it. I'm sure you agree. Very well, kid. Go look for Lev if you think there might be some connection. You will get shelter and whatever tools we have available. I'll ask Laura to prepare a proper writ confirming you are acting on my behalf. Thank you. I have another request, though. Control chambers were well hidden, available only to the chosen few. I'll need a complete set of plans to access them if I'm to assess what's wrong. Laura will fetch them from the library vault. You can get them tomorrow. If there's anything else you cannot handle yourself, go bother Laura. Won't you even point me in the right direction with the investigation? It's possible that someone is trying to disrupt the city's system. Any idea where to look? If there really is something to investigate, which I doubt, you should draw your own unbiased conclusions. Right, but where should I start drawing these conclusions? Gah! Speak to Cassia, the captain of the guard, for facts about people. If you prefer gossip and secrets of the heart, the keeper of the baths would be your best source. Her name is Constance. Thank you. Both sound like a good start. Who should I visit first? We talked to Cassia first last time. Let's go talk to Constance, the keeper of the baths. Especially since she didn't look very well, like the last time we spoke to her. Chances and odds, I'd read the city system makes thermal springs flow through the walls of each building. But this... it's as if the architects wanted to flaunt their ability to define nature. Every angle is purposely designed to retain warmth and humidity. Ah, Yani. I'm so glad to see you here. I am Constance, keeper of the baths. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of the city. Nice to meet you, Constance. How come you know who I am? With so few of us waiting for true winter's end, even a minuscule change becomes a newsworthy event. 2 separate people told me the shocking news of our inn running short on southern beer today. Slava walks slower ever since Lev was gone. Have you noticed? Such are the things we pay attention to. You can imagine the commotion caused by finding a mysterious stranger in the snow. I seem to be at a disadvantage here. Everyone knows about me, but I'm not sure I can name more than 3 people. After a few days, you will know more than you wished about each of those who stayed. Relax and enjoy yourself. That's what this place is for. The warmth relaxes me already. I can appreciate this temperature, though. I can't appreciate this temperature, though, especially after the weather outside. This place seems to have an especially strong allure for you foreigners. The young doctor fancies it a lot as well. He dropped by this morning with yet another excuse to soak in the springs. I guess everyone needs a little warmth in their life. A bath can do wonders for body and mind alike. So it heals the mind too. Quite impressive for a tub of hot water. No one here would dare call it just water. It's what shields us from death in the snow. Most people say the city's getting colder and that's why they come here, but I know it's just an excuse. What's the real reason then? Have you ever pretended to be someone else? It's tiresome. When people undress and relax in the heat for that short moment, they can forget about appearances and be themselves. For the mind, that can be priceless. How poetic. Ah, so this is a sort of confessional. You give people acceptance, even absolution, is that it? I'm but the bath keeper. It's the waters, the atmosphere, that do that for people. Warmth relaxes muscles, as well as rules of conduct. Just a week ago, a couple came and felt relaxed enough that the gasps would be even heard here. Oh, so people need an outlet and they feel free to reveal their true nature to you. Who gets to know yours? I show my true face to the world all the time. I've seen what secrets can do to those who carry them. So, you're the single truthful person in the city, and you always protect other people's privacy? That must be why Istvan pointed me to you for information. Darling, you should know better than to question intentions of those trusted deeply by your supervisor. It can be dangerous. I'm sorry, is that a threat, or just a friendly warning for a newcomer? Please don't take it personally. But where are my manners? You must still feel so cold and weak after what you've been through. Please, sit. I'll light up some incense. Istvan sent you here for information? I admit that's curious. Is there something you would like to know, or would you rather enjoy the baths? Over here, my juicy secrets. Work can wait. Work can wait. I did have some questions to ask, but you are quite convincing. Would you mind if I soaked for a while? That is what the bathhouse is for. I'll leave you to your thoughts and return in a while to check up on you. Thank you. New trophy, take it easy. Merciful chances, how I dreamed of this when I was surrounded by snow. How sweet the steam smells. How good it feels. What are you doing, Jan? Relaxing. Silly Jan, have you done what I asked of you? I have. I'm just taking a short break. There aren't any mistakes in my assignment, are there? Incompetent Jan, squandering time with a break. Are you proud of yourself? Your work is insufficient. Better to realize your flaws than to make a fool of yourself. Come look at this. Tell me what you could have done better. But I was just about to go see Anna. I already said I'd go. Everyone else stopped inviting me because I never come. Idiot! What would you learn there, Jan? You don't even know how to say no to people, do you? I'm wondering who this voice is. I'm intrigued. Silly child, useless as usual. You'll have time for pleasure when you've earned your place. Now give me this toy. I'm sorry, I'll do better. But please don't take Mr. Putty. Mr. Putty? You're so childish for someone your age. Do the assignment again. I will. Will I get him back if I do well? I'm sure I'll do it properly this time. You're not getting your toy back for doing something anyone else could, silly child. Mathematics is a reward all on its own. Yani, I think you were dreaming. What? I saw something. Oh, wow, she put her clothes back on really quickly. A memory? A vision? Haven't I healed completely? Is something still wrong with me? Or maybe it's a side effect of Galen's primitive herbal medicine. You're fine. This place does give people visions sometimes. Not often, but it becomes more frequent over time. Some come here for that very reason, hoping to see the ones they've lost. Others believe these waters bring wisdom. Do you experience visions as well? I do. But they are something I don't want to think about. Please, can we talk about something other than dark secrets? You overcame death not so long ago. Your mind could use a moment of ease. Compared to others here, I'm great. Istvan is tense and aggressive. Laura's depressed. And just this morning, Slava had a panic attack. True winter does that to people. The wind howls threats, and the constant shadow of the dome highlights our isolation. The atmosphere simply takes its toll. Slava's been carrying the burden of Lev for years now. No wonder it's wearing her down. Could you tell me their story? What happened to Lev? Ooh, maybe she'll spill. I only know what everyone does. They came here happy together. As Lev's fascination with Kala grew and finally got the better of him, Slava learned how to survive. Actually, a doctor once thought these waters could heal Slava's husband. Lev had many reasons, had many sessions with oils, massages, even inhaling the steam. To no avail. Quackery seems to be popular around these parts. I assume these waters can't really heal? I saw no change in Lev, sadly. But if you want to make sure, ask Sem. Lev visited him frequently, so... Ack! Oh! Whoa! That just happened? What happened? Your nose is bleeding pretty badly. I'm fine. I'm fine. I just need to lie down for a moment. Wow, so that's what happened, but I don't understand how. That came from nowhere. I'm certain it's nothing. I just got a bit dizzy. Please, feel free to stay as long as you'd like. What's going on with Constance? I hope she's alright. I'll have to check up on her in a while. Now about these hot springs. Miraculous or not, they may be worth examining. I say that if the water surrounding us can bring visions, then we, the surrounded, should know more. I should take a sample and analyze it the best I can. Or better yet, make use of Galen's equipment and expert knowledge. Then again, I'm not sure I can trust anyone in this city yet. Keeping my proceedings to myself might be a better way to go. Ugh, choices, choices. How should I analyze these waters? By myself or with Galen? Let's fill in Galen. With Galen. Those overconfident are bound to fail in the end. I need to know my strengths and weaknesses. Asking for Galen's help seems like a reasonable idea. I'll find a vial and return here with the good doctor. For now, I should probably go see what's that Sem person Constance mentioned. I hope they won't bite. That depends. Who are you? Right. Hello. I'm Yani. I'm the city's new technician. Good day, Yani. I'm afraid there's nothing for you to fix in the kennels. Yet here I am. You're Seb, right? That's what they tell me. Why are you here if it's not about maintenance? People don't visit me very often. Can't say I have many regrets about it. Wasn't Lev a frequent guest? So that's what this is about. In a way, you could say he was.